What do you got? Here's an update on your trades. Really quick. That reminds me, I used to work for this dude that we used to have. I was always selling shit. Always. I always sold something. That's all I've been able to do in my life. And I used to have one-on-ones with him. Sometimes I would have one-on-ones with a buddy of mine. So it was he and I, or two of my buddies. We all worked together, and we go into this dude's office. He was a cool dude, and every time he sat us down, we'd have this one-on-one, and he'd ask, "Hey, what do you got?" And sometimes I didn't have shit, and in my mind when I did it, I just wanted to tell him, "Look, I got this right here." But I never had the balls to do it. Plus, he was a nice guy, and so that's where I get to what do you got? But anyways, all right, what do you got? Here's your update on your shorts. So you're still short. You're still fucking short these three tickers. Let's start with Coinbase. You're thinking 2022 is going to repeat, and this is where we are at the moment. The orange is a 200, purple 100, and the 50 down here, and it looks like the 50 is starting to show support. Looking at the 2022, here was distribution, and there was lower highs and lower lows, and you're thinking that's what's going to happen now, and it's going to repeat. Although recently things have kind of changed. There have been lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and no lower low. So this here has maybe has made you question what is going to happen. Now you're short. You were going to exit at 265. At this point, it looks ridiculous given the amount of time that this fucking trade has been taking. You're probably not going to wait that long because it's not. It's just fucking money's just sitting there and it ain't doing shit for you, really. So at this point, the $200 mark is if it goes beyond that, or 215, I think is roughly 215. If it goes beyond that, you're gonna cut it and focus on something else. This has been taking up too much of your brain power, but it's no longer doing this. I think this move, it's just taking a lot longer than it did before. Okay. We're looking at Coinbase on the weekly, and you have the anchored V WAP off of 2 points off of the beginning of this move, which is these bigger bars here, and the point of control where most of the volume from this point to now is taking place roughly at the $60 range. From the top, should that be the top, you took another anchored WAP, whatever the fuck, this thing here, you took it again, put it on your chart. Most of the volume has traded at roughly its current price. So you're thinking something should happen. It looks like it's starting to make higher lows, higher highs potentially. And if it continues to do that, then you're going to get out. If it continues to do this, then you're out. You're out at 215. You're out of fucking 200. Once this thing goes up, that's it. You're done. It's fucking trade. Sick of it. Here's the fib levels from the beginning of the move to the top. It bounced off the 0.38, and it hasn't done what you thought it was going to do. It's looking like the 50 is showing support. The 100 is potentially supporting that, and this might continue to go up. And if it doesn't, then it would probably break soon and do what you were thinking it was going to do originally. But it's taken much longer. I mean, this move broke down here May or April, March, April of 2022, and you're already in the middle of May, and it's still going up. So this thing, once a Clarity Act, should that get passed, this fucking thing could go all the way to 200. Here's your trade on Mister, El Pinche Mister. This fucking son of a bitch has been doing the same shit. Now, interestingly, on this trade, a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks, you went to go visit family, and you were there Thursday, so you really weren't paying attention to the market because you were trying to hang out with family and focus and enjoy yourself and have some laughs. So what happened, which is funny, is that you got an email that you were going to get margin called. And although you saw the email, you've never received an email like that, so you didn't know what to do. You get back home that Monday, nothing happens. You think, hey, well, that was because it said something about you have a couple of days to figure this shit out, either deposit some money or you could ask your wife to forward your allowance to you. And you could have asked her that. You could have said, hey, honey, do you think it might be possible that I get fronted my allowance? You didn't do that. So nobody got deposited. There's no money in the account for a margin call. You didn't get another update. You didn't get another fucking email. You don't know how this shit works. So you leave it at that. So come Tuesday, you open your account and you see that your position in El Mister gets closed. It's fucking closed by the fucking son of a bitch at the brokerage, who you don't know, probably some robot. But they closed it because you just didn't understand. But now you do. Now, when you get the email, you're gonna say, "Hey, babe, do you, given my work and what I do to contribute, do you think you could do me a solid and perhaps give me a couple of fucking beaners so that I could put into my account and try to make a go at this thing?" But anyways, that didn't happen. The fucking position got closed. But what did you do? You got right fucking back in. As soon as you got your allowance, you got right back in because you think that wasn't a sign by anybody in the universe. Of course not. But you think at this point, risk reward probably makes sense to get back in. You initially had your short, you were going to close it at 150 and you moved it, which was foolish. And now it's at 200. But you're doing this, the smart thing that you think, and you're going to revenge trade this motherfucker. Then fucking who knows what's going to happen. All right. So back to this thing. We're looking at the chart on the daily. And it's showing like it's you think it looks like a potential bear flag, and the 50 is now potentially support. You have the 100 here in purple that is potentially support, although the 200 could be up here at roughly 218, could be resistance. You're not going to give it a chance. You're not going to lose any more money on this position. You're gonna cut it. at this point, should this trade quickly go against you, you're not going to risk yourself or the bank sending you another email and knocking on your door and saying, "Hey, fucko, give us some money." You're not going to let that happen.
Come on, fuckos, let's go for a ride.
Most of the volume from the beginning of this move to where we are now has traded at 29.16. If you take that same indicator or whatever the fucking anchored VWAP, if you take it from the top, should that be the top, to now, there's a lot of volume at the 160, 61, the 161 amount. Your target is here in the middle. All it's going to take is for this thing, which looks like it potentially bottomed, and it's going to start making higher highs and higher lows. You're not going to wait for that to happen before you get out. But all that needs to happen is this Clarity Act gets passed, and I don't know how it's going to affect this particular fucking stock, but then it's going to fucking lose more money for it. So you're going to get out before that. Here's the fib levels on the same chart. Here you are pointing out March 29, 2022, when price broke down and it started shitting the bed, which you thought was going to happen. But instead of price going down roughly around the same time, 4 years later, it hasn't gone down. It's gone straight up. So it's done something that you didn't think it was going to do. Hence, the bank asking for the fucking money or the brokerage account. But so at this point, you're going to cut your short at 20. And you know what's the funniest fucking thing is that this thing looks like it's going to start working out. And who knows if it does, but it's just funny that you got if your shit got sold right when you were going to start making money on this fucking trade. Isn't that ironic? All right. Of the three trades, this is the one that I thought was the one that was going to fuck you the most. And it looks like this is probably going to work out. Or you're comparing this time frame to 2022, what had happened, and you think, just to remind yourself, that it's going to continue to do this. And although the move happened, the breakdown in 2022 happened before it started happening. I don't know. I think January, from the looks of it. It's still holding up now, but it looks like it's just starting to break. Price broke the 50 on the daily, the 50 MA, the 200 and the 100. So you were a little concerned because you thought with the stock split, the degenerates were going to get in on this and push the price up. But since then, it's done nothing but go down. Originally, you had your short at 310, you moved it up to 335 and the 425, which was foolish. But luckily for you, you just had luck. Although your money just sat there and it didn't do shit. Now that you're on sides and the trade's working out for you, you've been adding. I think this might save your ass from the other two trades that really, one got closed out for you, although you got back in, and the other one hasn't been doing shit. The anchored VWAP from the beginning of the move to now, most of that trading volume has been done here. From the top to now, that price is at $64. So your target is down here at support, roughly. What is that, sub 40? Here is the Carvana on the fib from the beginning of this move to the top, and your target is at the 0.236 fib level, which makes sense. If it goes back to the 50, that would be $8. I don't know, man. It seems like that's pretty down there, but it has broken all these levels, and it doesn't look good for this stock. For you, it's it's working out, but this looks like it'll continue to do something like that until there's a tweet, and then the fucking government starts investing in this thing, and it goes to $1,000, and you got to get another. You got to get. You got to ask your wife for fucking allowance. God damn it! All right, that's it. A ver qué pinche pedo. Good luck.